I'm making a rolling texture piece, and what I've done is I've taken a ball of clay and flattened it a little bit. I'm pinching out the outside edge, and this outside edge will create a surface. Pinch my finger in here, and this piece will then roll between the fingers. Once it's fired, it'll leave an impression in the clay. This piece I'm going to create kind of a wiggle texture on the outside, and how big you make the wheel will affect the decoration that you create on the surface, and also how thick, what sort of surface. If I leave those cracks, it'll give me a cracked edge surface. If you don't like the cracks, you can take a wet chamois and smooth over the surface, just like you would on a rim of a pot. So what I've then ended up with is a shape, a piece, once I clean it up a little bit, that'll create this irregular texture you can kind of see there. This one has rings that will push into the surface of the piece. You can also create pieces that have that are stamps themselves rather than the rolling pieces, with varying thicknesses on the end here. If I push into this clay surface, it's going to push a raised texture there. Even what seem like kind of minimal textures like this will affect the surface. Lots of times people see a texture on material, something they find, and they want to recreate that surface. That'll work as well. You can also create a stamp that has a raised surface. This is just a piece of clay that I've flattened a little bit, and if you want to add on to that clay, the same rules that you use for adding texture would apply here. You might score up the surface of each of the pieces that you add together, and then add a little bit of slip or water and press those surfaces together. This will create a different sort of impression in the clay than will this sort of piece here.